Take a look. This is from Dawg Pound Daily. 3 holes the Browns won't be able to fill before the 2023 season. Number 3, defensive tackle. Number 2, linebacker. And number 1, they say offensive line. They went out and got Tomlinson, and you took Ika, you've got Hurst, you've got Hill. You've got everybody that's back last year that they were forced to start in Elliott, Togiai, and Perrion Winfrey. So you're looking for a guy to step up. And instead of looking for 2 guys a year ago, you now have 2 veterans and 3 young guys. And I think the thought process is at this point in time, we think one of those guys will be able to do what we need them to do. I think they think linebacker's going to get better just because they improved the defensive tackle so well. And the offensive line, I don't see that as a hole they need to fill. I don't want to say I disagree, but I don't see the priorities there. I'm concerned about, a veteran running back.
Yeah, I think that's really the only question left on this roster is, who would be, the third running back on this team right now. They really don't have one. And I have to agree with you on the offensive line. I think is already kind of set, especially after they drafted DeJuan Jones and Luke Whippler. I know those are supposed to be guys for down the road that ideally, if we don't see them this year, that's the best case scenario for the Browns, that they're developing behind the scenes, that they could be starters potentially down the road. But, this offensive line, we knew it was set coming into this portion of the offseason. No reason to think it was going to change. And I think, there's no reason to think they need to fill anything. Linebacker, I understand the reasoning. No linebacker is going to look good against a bad defensive front. Bobby Wagner would have struggled behind this defensive front as Brian Prime, and Bobby Wagner is probably going to the Hall of Fame as a linebacker. You need to have the defensive front intact, and they need to be good to open holes for the linebackers for the Browns, especially since they're smaller, faster, quicker guys that they have at the position. Defensive tackle, I don't necessarily agree that it's a hole they won't be able to fill. I mean, there's still guys out there. I mean, yeah, Matt Ioannidis is still available. Shelby Harris is still available. There's some veteran defensive tackles there that the Browns don't feel comfortable with who they have. And even if they do, but maybe you still want to have insurance just in case, they want to make sure they're continuing to create more competition, continue to push their draft picks, push Perrion Winfrey, push Siaki Ika, push, whoever else on the roster. Those are guys that they could still be able to get, I think.